During my sister's wedding vows, the church was quiet in that suffocating way where every breath feels like a sin. My sister stood at the altar, her white dress glowing under the soft light, her voice trembling through her vows. Everyone watched her with reverence. Smiles, tears, whispers of approval. Everyone but my daughter. She tugged on my sleeve with her small hand. I looked down. Her eyes weren't on the altar. They were locked on me, wide, urgent, unblinking. "Dad," she whispered, so low I almost thought I imagined it. "We have to stop this." I frowned, trying to hush her. "Honey, we can't." But she didn't look away. She shook her head. Then she raised her iPad, the glow illuminating her face like a lantern in the dark. "Look," she said, and I did. The screen showed a video, grainy but clear enough. The groom. My soon-to-be brother-in-law. Shirt half unbuttoned, lips pressed against another woman's neck. Whispering words no husband-to-be should say. My heart stopped mid-beat. My lungs locked. On the altar, my sister laughed through tears, speaking about forever. Behind me, guests sighed in admiration. But in my hands, forever was already broken. I couldn't move, not at first. The video looped, playing his betrayal over and over, like the universe itself wanted to etch it into my brain. My daughter's voice cut through. "I found it in his room," she whispered. Her fingers curled around my wrist. "It was on his laptop. He left it open." Laptop, room, groom. The words bled together, sinking sharp teeth into my skull. I forced my face to remain still, my breathing even. No one could know. Not yet. Not while my sister spoke with love spilling out of her like a confession at the gates of heaven. I wanted to stand, to shout, to tear the mask from his face in front of everyone. But I didn't. Because betrayal this deep deserves something colder than rage. It deserves precision. So I sat there, nodding faintly to the vows, hiding the tremor in my hands beneath my daughter's small fingers. I let the poison seep in slowly, deliberately. His words of devotion echoed through the church, each syllable curdling inside me. I knew then this wasn't just infidelity. This was theater, a performance meant to trick every soul in this room. And I wasn't going to let the curtain fall gently. I didn't confront him that night. Instead, I slipped into the silence after the reception, into the shadows between the toasts and laughter. I watched him move, hand on my sister's back, smiling as though guilt were a foreign language he never learned. But guilt leaves fingerprints. I began collecting them. Phone records, quietly copied while he left his phone charging unattended. Messages laced with intimacy not meant for my sister. A second number hidden beneath contacts labeled with lies. I checked the laptop when he wasn't around. Folders buried beneath layers of distraction. Videos, messages, photos. A double life carved into digital stone. Each file I opened was a scalpel slicing deeper into the truth. I memorized my sister's smile that week, the way she carried herself, lighter, freer, believing she had finally found safety. And I memorized the man's hands, the way they shook only once when he saw me watching him a little too long. He knew I saw something, but not what, not yet. I stayed silent, perfectly cordial, a brother-in-law playing his part. Inside, I was a wire pulled taut, humming with quiet violence. Because when you discover the truth, you don't swing wildly. You sharpen it until it cuts without sound. The evidence came together like a puzzle I never asked to solve. Messages from the night before the wedding, a hotel room booked under a false name. Her, blonde, faceless in the shadows of the video, but real enough to destroy everything. I printed the proof. Not to scream it aloud. Not yet. No, I wanted silence. Silence is louder than rage. The night I chose, we sat at dinner. my sister glowing beside him, their hands linked. He laughed too easily, glancing at me once, twice. I slid the folder across the table. "Open it," I said. My voice was calm, steady. He hesitated, then he flipped it open. The color drained from his face. His fingers trembled on the pages. My sister frowned. "What is that?" He tried to close it. I stopped him with a look. "Tell her." He didn't. He couldn't. So I let the silence speak. My sister's hand slipped from his. Her breathing hitched. And in that single second, I saw the veil fall. Not the wedding veil, but the one over her eyes. She saw him for what he was. And he saw me for what I had become. The executioner. I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I didn't demand explanations. I only said one thing. "You should leave." He froze. "What?" "Now." The weight of the word hung heavy, undeniable. He looked at my sister, searching for forgiveness. But her tears weren't for him. They were for the years she'd already lost to men like him. And then he looked back at me. The calm in my face broke him more than fury ever could. He left. Not with defiance, not with dignity, but with the stumbling gait of a man whose mask had been torn from his skin. I didn't follow. I didn't need to. The truth had already gutted him in ways I never could with fists. My sister collapsed into my arms, broken but awake. And that was enough. In the weeks that followed, I watched her rebuild. Slow, fragile, but real. She asked me once why I didn't stop the wedding at the altar, why I waited. I told her the truth. Because the wound had to be clean, not rushed, not questioned. You had to see it yourself. She nodded, though pain lingered in her eyes. Pain I couldn't take from her. But I had given her something else. Freedom. As for him, I didn't hear from him again. Not directly. Only whispers of a life unraveling. Debts. Jobs lost. Reputations burned. None of it mattered to me. He was already dead to us the moment my daughter lifted that iPad. And me? I learned something in that silence. Revenge isn't fire. It isn't blood. It's ice. Slow, suffocating, inescapable. And when the last shard lodges in their chest, you don't feel triumph. You feel nothing at all. Which is exactly how it should be. The day my sister almost married a lie was the day I buried the part of myself that still believed in mercy.